When I first started teaching golf at the age of 16, my pupil would come for a lesson and I would earnestly go out there and give them 3 or 4 bits of information. And they weren't bad bits. I'd got them from the P.G.A. and my bosses, and I was quite fairly well read by that stage. Lesson 2, I'd give the pupil 2 or 3 more bits of information. The trouble with that approach was that after 10 lessons with me, the poor pupil had a 30-piece jigsaw puzzle and no lid. He basically had 30 pieces in a polythene bag. Well, that ain't going to work. So that's not how we do jigsaw puzzles, is it? We start off with 100 pieces and the lid, and the 100 pieces end up looking like the lid. So, even in the last 7 or 8 sessions in this series, Scratch to Scratch, although I've done my very best to keep it simple, by the time I've spoken to you for a few minutes, there's lots of information flying around. So what I want us to get an understanding of is that when we're building a golf swing in order to hit a good golf shot, we're actually only working with 3 primary components. So it's not a 30-piece jigsaw puzzle, it's a 3-piece jigsaw puzzle. So if you go along to watch the British Masters at Woburn, that was held there in October, and you watched the best players in Europe, you would see them setting up the ball, making a backswing and making a through swing. And then if you came a week later and watched the members going out in the monthly medal, you'd see a series of golfers with a setup, a backswing and a downswing. So there are not a myriad number of things to think about. There are 3 phases, but only 3 components. You're none that pains to teach the shot all the time. I'm talking about what the ball is doing. I spend as little time as possible getting to worry about what you're doing. You know that in the coaching so far, I've never used the word position about the swing. Yes, I can talk about position, the setup and ball position, the static part of golf, but the moment we talk about the backswing and the through swing, they are movements. They didn't become positions until somebody photographed a movement. Okay, the idea that copying positions leads to movement is a false one. So I've always got you moving, and I've got you to understand, hopefully, that the golf swing thus far has had 3 components. So here's the full golf swing. And do it in 3, 60% body, shoulder turn, 25% forearm, and 25% wrist. So watch that again. The swing is a quarter wrist, a quarter forearm, and a half body. There are only 3 primary components. Okay? So when I say that half the swing movement is body, I'm talking about the shoulder rotation. Remember when I twisted the piece of paper for you, when I twisted the top of the paper, the whole thing reacted. So if your shoulders coil, your body, your core muscles, your hips, your legs, knees, feet and weight shift are all dealt with through good posture and effective shoulder turn. So a lot of the shots I hit for you in the last 6 or 7 episodes of From Scratch to Scratch, this has been the prime mover. Now, there's an actual order of things. You can't go shoulder and then wrist. That doesn't work. It has to be shoulder and then forearms. So half the swing is body rotation, quarter of the swing is forearm rotation and arm rise and roll, the way the arms behave. And again, the way the arms behave are dependent very much on the way the body behaves. Then the missing piece, of course, was wrist hinge. So there we go. You've got wrist hinge, you've got forearm rotation, and you've got shoulder turn. But if you do them simultaneously, they look like a golf swing. Now, on the previous pieces, we've talked about hitting shots. So the thing that I love about these 3 components is they absolutely relate to the ball flight laws. Well, they would do, wouldn't they? The laws of the universe, which describe how the body works, is bound to align with the biomechanical and physiological laws and ballistics in the golf ball. They combine. These overlap. So the body is your source of power. Your forearms control the shape of the shot, draw or fade, and whether or not you use your wrists controls the trajectory of the shot. Isn't that beautifully simple? 3 components: body, arms and wrists, power, shape and trajectory. So over the last 9 lessons, we've just been, in fairly broad and loose terms, developing a pre-shot routine. We work with the shoulders, we work with the forearms, and we work with the wrists. So what we're going to do in the next session, I'm just going to show you those 3 in actual practice. So using those 2 big graphics and the big pie charts, we've got a clear picture of the 3 components, and they occur in every golfer's swing. You just get different mixes of the ingredients. But whether it's Jim Furyk or Tom Watson, Tiger Woods, you or me, in broad terms, the body is coiling, that's half the swing, the forearms are rotating, that's another quarter, and the wrists are cocking or hinging. It's good to know that because that's what makes the ball fly, and as I showed you with the pie charts, the ball flight laws concur and agree with the swing laws. So, I've got a 6-iron here, and I've gone through my pre-shot routine, and I'm just going to utilise the shoulder movement, nothing else. You can turn the shoulder, there'll be no wrist hinge and no forearm rotation to speak of. So here we go. And you can get really quite a good golf shot just off that motion. There was no visible wrist hinge. There was probably would be a hint of forearm rotation, but almost none. Okay. Okay, so loading the shoulders and driving the ball forward. Load and through. So you can see those shots went very similar distances through the air. I didn't quite catch the second one and it faded a little bit. And you wouldn't say that was a swing fault, it was just not quite enough creativity. Okay, let's do another one. So here we go. This is half the golf swing, this is shoulder turn, developing power. Okay, so that's half the golf swing, shoulder turn. I'm now going to let the forearms rotate, and that's going to take me up to a 3/4 swing. So straightforward shot, hopefully neutral draw, shoulder and forearm, 3/4 swing. Ball's gone further, but it didn't go much higher than the previous shots. Why? Because I didn't have wrist hinge in either of those shots. Okay, trajectory's been the same. Let's do another one, 3/4 swing. I'm now controlling power and shape. So here we go. Caught that a little bit thin, as you heard, but the shot worked quite well. Now I've gone to 3/4 swing, I've got choice, rotation of the face or delay in the face. Choice is mine. Now remember, if I'm going to hit a fade, I'm going to aim left of the white line to start with. So here we go. I go around the circle, the face goes with me, 3/4 swing, and play a fade. So you can see the ball go left, right? Went higher because there's more loft on the club, didn't go as far, and stopped more quickly. So that's just delaying the forearms a little bit. On this one, around the circle, I'm going to draw the ball around a tree. This is going to be full shoulder, full forearm, but boy, I'm going to let the forearms release on the way through. I'm not going to hold back. And there you go. So, already I've got 3/4 of the swing, I've got power, and I can control the shape of the shot. So now I'm going to hit the full shot, utilising full shoulder, full forearm, and full wrist. So you can see that's the longest shot through the air. I pulled it slightly, but it was a powerful shot because I had all 3 hinges. So I've gone from half to 3/4, and now I'm operating on a full swing. Okay. Full blend and full release. So you can see when I have 3 power sources, the ball goes through the air the most. Now, what's interesting is if I pull the club at my sleeve and hit you a low shot, I won't get as much carry, but I get very similar distance. Pitch shorter, it's going to run out to a similar sort of distance. Conversely, I'm now going to go up the handle to normal. I'm going to hinge the wrist freely, I'm going to hit you a high shot. Okay, got the accuracy, see the distance, pretty much the same. So, the low shot didn't fly as far, but it ran when it landed. The energy that went into the high shot made the ball fly higher, didn't go much further than a normal shot. So, Let's just put this on the back of a matchbox for you or on a post-it note. What have we done in these last 10 sections? We've explained you need a good grip, then that's served by good posture. That's your preparation. We then built a shoulder movement, which gave us half a swing. We then added in the forearms and the wrists. So there we are. From scratch to scratch, we've got you through the novice stage. You understand what you're doing. The next few lessons are going to be intermediate to advanced doctrine. Same subject, but we're going to do it to a high level of proficiency, and I'm going to give you a little bit more information. But what I want you to do, having absorbed the new information, always keep it as simple as what we've done in the last 9 sessions.